Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I wanted to talk about some things for a second. Okay, here we go. So, I wanted to say the names of the people that I will be uploading their MP3 media to Apple Podcasts. And I appreciate them for all their hard work and dedication towards making the show with me. I am so happy that people believe in my show, and I appreciate you guys for taking the time uh, for these old guests. Jason Clausen. Jason Clausen, thank you. Carly Baza Feliciano. Carly Baza Feliciano, thank you. You're number 68. Mr. Michael Bean. Michael Bean. Thank you, Mr. Bean. 70. Ashley Allen. Ashley Allen. Thank you, Miss Allen. 71. Hillary Johns. Hillary Johns. Thank you, Miss Johns. 72. Sue Firth. Sue Firth. Thank you, Miss Firth. 73. Kel Cow. Miss Kel Cow. Thank you, Miss Kel Cow. 74. Robert Kennedy III. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Jasmine Porter. 75. Number 75. Thank you, Miss Porter. 76. Trudy Bierman. Miss Bierman, thank you. 77. Brad Warren. Thank you, Mr. Brad Warren. Sorry, I can't compete with that. Mr. Brad Warren. 78. Ben Jones. Mr. Jones, thank you. 79. James Owen Roberts. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. 80. Don Brian Gatewood. Thank you, Mr. Gatewood. 81. Jim Tanny Hill. Thank you, Mr. Jim Tanny Hill. 82. Emily Spicer. Emily Spicer. Thank you, Miss Spicer. 83. Terry Tucker. Terry Tucker. Thank you, Mr. Tucker. 84. Steve Snyder. Thank you, Mr. Snyder. 85. Haley Rowe. Thank you, Miss Rowe, for your past, present, and future. 86. I got to get in contact with Miss Roach again, but I remember her. Sarah Roach. Thank you, Miss Roach. Frank King is another one. I got to get in contact with Mr. Frank King ASAP after I put everybody's name on the list. But let me continue. 87. Frank King. 88. Joshua Shea. And I need to get in contact with Jalil the Music Man. 89. Jail the Music Man. 90. Larry Jorgensen. 91. Wajid Hassan. Mr. Hassan, thank you. 92. Navin Serenhai. Thank you, Mr. Serenhai. 93. Jackie Wessler. Thank you, Miss Wessler. 94. Mitch Gray. Thank you, Mr. Mitch Gray. 95. Joseph J. Jordan. Thank you so much, Mr. Jordan. 96. Josh Palenso. Thank you, Mr. Palenso. 97. Gary Brown. Thank you, Mr. Brown. 98. Will Basta. Thank you, Mr. Basta. 99. Ghostman Rains. Thank you, Mr. Rains. And 100. Gary Hill. Thank you, Mr. Hill. So what I will be doing is processing their MP3 media onto Apple Podcasts. And I have another at least 50 to go before I'm caught up with the MP3. It's easier to do an MP3 than an MP4. Because basically what you're doing is you're just downloading the MP3 to voice, the media, the voice media, and you just uploading it. That's it. But with I have to interview I have to edit all these people plus the people I put on there, which is like 66 of them. I put 66 of them already on Apple Podcasts. So what that means for me is I got 66 plus another 67 people to go. So that's quite a bit of people. But I'm ready for it. A deal's a deal. A deal's a deal. Whether they like it or not, a deal's a deal. I told you I was going to do something. I have integrity, and I plan on making it work. I cannot wait to interview Miss Elizabeth in Tokyo. I cannot wait to interview her. She's not from Tokyo. She traveled the world, and she got her bachelor's from Durham College, I believe. I hope I didn't damage that, Miss Elizabeth, but I cannot wait. We've been going back and forth. She's been supporting my page. Then I got a possible cameo with Dr. B. Dr. B is a musician that's going for his doctorates. I cannot wait to see how it's going because he's trying to get a double doctorate. So I cannot wait to see how he's going. And then there's a guy I reached out to, and it's called F Your Feelings. He has his own podcast, but he's on BBS Radio. So they sent me a guest submission form, and I reached out to him immediately, and I said, do you think that you would be a good guest for my show? Because he speaks on a light of mental health, and I suffer from mental health, but this is therapeutic to talk through my mental health and have listeners. I don't want followers. I want listeners. People that listen to my story and understand that it's not perfect. I'm not privileged. I'm just a girl trying to do the right things and tell my story and interview people the proper way with integrity. Let their stories be heard. Make them feel like they have a stepping stone, and always can come back to the Kimberly Cloud Show. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not perfect. I don't have a house. I only have a car because my money got saved up, and I'm happy about that. And pretty much I just been working hard. I've been working hard. And I want to make this work. Like I said, I got my LLC. Whoop whoop. I deserve applause. If you out there, clap with me. I got my LLC, and my EIN is on its way. All the paperwork is on its way to me. Today is President's Day. Happy President's Day. Happy President's Day. And pretty much, I just can't wait till tomorrow. I cannot wait till tomorrow to interview, and let's say something goes wrong, because it always go wrong. Let's say some of the people say, hey, I don't want to do the interview. That's fine. That's fine with me. Give me a chance to prove that I can make this as professional, with integrity, and with proficiency. I have no other ulterior motive. This is a free show. This is a very free show, and the offer is starting to close. This is a free show. Apple Podcasts, to get on there and be a follower on Apple Podcasts is free. It's not a subscription. So why not take a special chance on somebody who is getting their name out there? I have one more paper for the month that's supposed to be out in the next 4 to 3 days. I am working hard and diligent at getting my name out there. And one day, 6 months from a year from now, I want to be on podcasts. They have it's very difficult to get on people podcasts, but I'll tell you this. It's a program out there that I spoke to the young man or the man about getting a podcast. People come to me for podcasts and I don't come to them. Now, you know that costs money, but it's worth it. And 6 months to a year from now, I want to take him up on that offer and have podcasts, and so I can get endorsed for what I am doing. Because what I'm doing is serious. I may messed up, but I don't have nobody helping me. I don't have nobody helping me except for two places. KCAA, which is affiliates of NBC, and they help me every Tuesday, and BBS. I don't even think I'll be able to do a show this week. It probably be after the first I'll be able to do a show with BBS Radio. So, hi, Joyce Latimer. Hi, Chase and Neil. I love you guys. So, anyway, I just want to say pretty much, my advice to you guys, if you're trying to do a podcast, is to take it seriously. Budget your money, go to Best Buy, get one of those round circle lights for like $40. I plan on getting one next month. And I take that thing with me everywhere. I used to take that thing with me everywhere. I sat up there and I would put it like in the middle of something and take a picture of myself and put a timer on it. I would literally put a timer on it on the phone for 10 seconds so I can get my pose. Strike the pose. There's nothing to it. Vogue. No, seriously. Strike a pose in case you don't have your own photographer. Buy backgrounds from Guitar Music. They have green screens, they have backgrounds, it's rocking, man. Like, this is a huge arena. Wait, maybe one day you'll be interviewing me. Maybe one day you'll be interviewing a high end political person. Who knows? Or a musician, a famous musician. I've interviewed Steve Harper. He's an ex NFL player. And I've interviewed DC Glenn. And he is the guy that came out in the 90s wave with Whoop, There It Is. Whoop, There It Is. Yeah. I've interviewed, it was an honor. I have him on my show. He gave me a chance. He gave me a chance, man. And I don't want nothing in return. I just want to do his video justice and send it to him. Maybe he'll post it, maybe he won't, but it was an honor to interview him. I appreciate you guys that are listening. And yeah, I have all these people to put on Apple Podcasts. You see, I've been burning up this. It's a string that won't come off, but I have all these people to put on Apple Podcasts today. And then I'm gonna edit the video with is Tamar name on here? No, Tamar Gabbard. I have hers next, and I just want to make sure I do it right. She's from the Caribbeans. See, everybody that I interview, like, for instance, Dr. B, I believe he resides in Canada, and he got an international fan base. Now, I apologize for the things that I said over the course before I was arrested. I was going through psychosis, and I'm going to be honest with you. The cartels were following me, and this was stressful for me, very stressful. So, and nobody was listening. Seemed like nobody was listening. I never reached out to nobody and told them. I only spoke about it on my show. So whatever was going on back then was due to my psychosis, my mental health, stressed out. You have a threat. This is a fact. You put a threat in somebody's life that is struggling and has mental health issues and stuff, you're going to get a bad mental health reflex. So what I mean by that is, for example, I was struggling and the cartel came in my life, and then I was paranoid, looking all over everywhere. After the 5 immigrants that had assault rifles came up to me, the only reason they didn't shoot the house was because there was a girl next door, a little girl, and that stuck with me. And I was like, I called the police and everything, but that stuck with me. And then there was another illegal immigrant. There were 10 police officers and one illegal immigrant. They shot him in the chest. I happened to wake up to no sirens, but lights coming out of my loft house. And I come downstairs to smoke a cigarette when I was smoking, and it was a guy waving something around, some blunt object, and it was 10 officers protecting my loft. I give it to the Santa Maria police. They 10 officers surrounded my house, and they shot him in the chest. Do you think that's normal? Do you think it's normal to see somebody get shot? That's not normal images you want put in your head. That's something police officers have to be used to seeing, but not somebody like me. So I'm not going to cry or nothing, but I just wanted to let you go through things, and, you go through things, and, everything I said was the truth, except for small things that I've said, and I go and I recant on those things. But hey, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. And then they're going to ask the question like this: well, what are you going to do, possible senator, if you go through it again? I'm not. I'm not, because I have the whole dream team watching over me now. I have a judge, I have a probation officer, I have a social worker, I have a doctor, I have everybody, and that's how I want it. I want a judge in my life. I want everybody that I just named plus some in my life, because they're going to see my progress. I want them to see my progress, and if anything bad happens, I'm going to, hi Becky Warminger Libby, if anything bad happens, I'm going to reach out to the people that I'm close to this time. If I start feeling psycho, and then the other thing, I eliminated the weed. The weed is, I don't smoke cigarettes no more, and I don't smoke weed. I'm fine. I take my medication and I'm fine. And it's starting to show. It was on TV that people that smoke marijuana get into psychosis and schizophrenia, like mental mentalities. And if you notice, I still support weed, but I don't want to use it. I want to see how it is with me not using it, how things happen. And there been, nothing's perfect, but I've been able to handle some real life tough situations. So, I don't condone marijuana, and I don't say marijuana is bad. I don't say it's not bad, but be careful and watch your body language. Watch, just like the lady said on TV, watch your mental health. Is it declining? Just, this is what they did a study on with marijuana. Think about the studies on crack cocaine, on heroin, on methamphetamine, on fentanyl. Think about what long term consequences can happen. Think about that. Long and hard. That's why I want to take meth off the streets. I want to be close to the senators, my colleagues, if I become state senator. I want to be close to them. I want them to take me under their wing and show me the ropes. Nobody's perfect. They just hide it. President John F. Kennedy, he had plenty of problems. I'm not bashing him. He had severe back problems. He had a lot of issues with him that nobody knew about till after he got out of presidency and he passed away. God bless his soul. Even his wife used to smoke Newports. I said, what? I read a whole thick book by Bill O'Reilly about him. 500 pages. You can't help but read when you locked up. But Bill O'Reilly did a wonderful job. Like, Miss Kennedy used to smoke Newports. I'm like, dang, Newport's been out that long. And she was so beautiful. And I used to smoke Newports. Like, nobody knows. Just think what's going on now. Why is there a green light to have drugs pouring through our country? Why? There was cocaine at the White House. They found cocaine in the bathroom at the White House. Is this a green light? So I can't wait till tomorrow. I got a long day today and another long day tomorrow. And I have to contact BBS Radio and let them know I won't be able to do it till after the 1st. So I won't be having people on my BBS segment until after the 1st. But the cool thing is, I'm going to close with this. The cool thing is you'll be on Nashville Public TV. You'll be on KCAA. On Tuesdays, if I interview you by 2 p.m., you'll be streaming through KCAA affiliates at NBC platform. You'll be on Apple Podcasts. You'll be on Manhattan, New York Public Neighborhood Network. You'll be on DC TV, which is District of Columbia Television Network. And yeah, I'm working hard. And they really are posting now. Imagine being in DC, Manhattan, New York, and Nashville, Tennessee, and Santa Barbara TV, Santa Barbara, California. That's free. That's free. A deal's a deal. That's free. And I'm still doing what I need to do. Your ticket, when it come around, we transfer it to you, and you can do whatever you want. But I don't have extra help. So I'm working as quickly as possible, trying to rotate being on the show, getting off, putting these names on Apple Podcasts so I can have a clear cut go towards whoever I interview come tomorrow. Posting, I'm gonna be caught up. It's easy to do an MP3 versus a MP4 editing. So yeah, and I put the raw material on there. So yeah, check it out. It's all free. And if you want to do a commercial, a free 30 to 60-second commercial, please call me. Hi, Tunde Amoso. I love you guys who's watching me. But if you want to do a 30-second and 60-second commercial about promoting, yeah, I don't always post up the commercials, but these people worked hard, and I'm never going to stop showing it. I want at least an hour-long commercial where people can see different products that they're selling. I done lost touch with some of them. I don't care. I'm still going to play their stuff. Period. It's not for me, it's for them. So, yeah, I love you guys. Seriously, tomorrow's the big day. School is tomorrow and interviewing is tomorrow. I have to call KCAA and do sound check for tomorrow. Oh crap. Okay, Sir Car, I want to connect from LinkedIn. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm wait till the there we go. Yeah. I can't wait to connect with people. I love meeting new people. And if I gotta do it virtually for a while, let it be virtual. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, LinkedIn. Thank you, StreamYard. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Twitch. And thank you, Twitter. Elon Musk, for everything. I'm about to go and get started with putting these names on Apple Podcasts. It's not that easy to do, but it's well worth it. It's therapeutic for me. So take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys later.